Last week, Sherman and I went back to St. Joseph's and walked around the school, and we visited Brother Alphonsus. We also saw Brother Thomas, who was kind enough to sit down with us and have a chat. Brother Thomas, it's great to see you today. You know, this year we're celebrating our 140th anniversary, and tonight we had a big party with many people in the room. What do you think?
Yes, indeed, we have a very big audience tonight. In fact, I believe we have 1,700 people here. I think this is extraordinary. It must be the first time in history that we have so many people connected with St. Joseph's under one roof.
So tonight in the audience, there are many old boys. There are the older boys from the 50s. There are the younger old boys from the 80s like myself, and Sherman in the 2000s, and there are also students, current students in the audience. What came to mind when you look at a St. Joseph's boy? Is there any typical characteristics that define a St. Joseph's student? And to make it more difficult, you cannot use the word smart, you cannot use the word handsome, because those are very, very obvious things. So what is a typical St. Joseph's boy?
First of all, excuse my voice. I lost my voice last week at the swimming pool when I was cheering on our swimmers. And as you know, our swimmers are very, very successful, and I congratulate them. In one sense, I would say we are very lucky because we have a primary school, and they get a very good education in the primary school. When they come to us, they are very much Josephian already. Of course, they are very intelligent boys, and they like to learn. They are very, I'd say, very resourceful, very versatile, and very willing to cooperate with the school, and I would say very proud of their school, and I would say they love their school very much.
So Brother Thomas, with 50 years in the school, I assume there are a lot of stories that you can tell us, but what are the most memorable moments that you can share with the audience tonight?
Oh my goodness, that's a very difficult question. Many incidents. I'll just give you one. My first memory of being in St. Joseph's. I was only in St. Joseph's for 3 days, and I met the head janitor. His name was Wong Yu. They used to call him Yu Back. And I was walking the corridor, and I had a bottle, 7-Up bottle in my hand, and it fell on the floor, and it broke. And it was then that I learned my first sentence in Cantonese. Because this gentleman, he didn't speak any English, he was a lovely man, a very gentle man. And he said, Brother Thomas, Sikye, Mjoye, Joye, Talanye. That was the first sentence I heard in my life. So I never forget. And then I asked him the meaning. He said, you better ask your teacher tomorrow. Yeah. So I have many presidents in St. Joseph's, you know.
That's a good one.
I could write a book about them, yeah. Mm-hmm.
There must be one or two other stories to share with us. Any other?
Actually, this week in 7A Kennedy Road, there is an exhibition of paintings. And these paintings are by an old boy of St. Joseph's. And if you have time, please go there. Now, this particular old boy, he came to St. Joseph's once, unannounced, during Mr. Leon's period in office. He offered him a check as a donation for the school. That was fine. We didn't actually know who he was then, but years later we found out that this gentleman was a professor, and in fact he was Sir Charles Cow, and he gave a very generous donation.
Well, there are a lot of things that has changed in the last 50 years. Looking ahead into the next 50 years, what do you see St. Joseph's? I mean, when we are celebrating our 190th anniversaries, what do you see St. Joseph to be at that time?
Well, I hope we can get more space for one thing, because we're quite limited here for space, but I think there's a possibility of that in the near future. I hope that parents still continue to send their sons to St. Joseph's, and we will certainly make sure that we will continue to get the best education for them that we can. And this in particular because of the money that's being raised by the Old Boys Association and by the parents, and this is extra to what the government gives us, so we'll be able to provide far more facilities.
How can we, as part of the St. Joseph family, the Old Boys, can help to achieve that?
Sure. I'm sure St. Joseph's will continue to keep up with the levels of education that we have. Incidentally, tonight we are launching the 140th anniversary endowment fund, and I hope that parents and those who are here present tonight will contribute to this fund, because it will help us to maintain our standards and to have the best education for those students who like to come to St. Joseph's.